All right, welcome back to the channel. Got the Diamond T out today, and as you can see, I've made some adjustments here in the back. Now, if you're new to the channel or new to this project, this is a 1949 Diamond T 306H, which is a 1.5 ton farm truck. This truck started life in the Dove Creek area of southwestern Colorado, where it hauled pinto beans from 1949 to roughly 1981, which is the last year that the truck was licensed. Now, I pulled the old truck out of a field about 12 years ago and have been working on it slowly over the past 12 years to get it into its current state, which is pretty much done. As a very quick review, I've repowered the truck with a 2-stroke Detroit diesel 453T. It's got a Road Ranger RTO 6610 big 10-speed transmission. I'll link a prior video that goes through a lot more of those details. And then here in the back of the truck, I've just got a lot of big truck parts, and that's really been the theme of this build, big truck. It's got saddle fuel tanks, this great big rear axle. This is an Eaton 1706S rear axle from a much larger truck. Really nice international air ride, big truck suspension. And to go along with that theme, I've been wanting to install a big rig fifth wheel hitch. And that really is the character of the truck that I've been trying to create, a road tractor. Old school looks, this really cool road tractor feel and look, and it really has come together nicely. It also turned out to really be neat because I was able to salvage this hitch from my father-in-law's old Kenworth tractor. He figures he's driven over 4 million miles with this hitch. So really excited to be able to incorporate that history into my old truck here. Now, this is a Holland FW 3500 model hitch, which is a fairly old hitch, and it turned out it was somewhat difficult to find parts to rebuild it. I started the project by disassembling it, cleaning it, sandblasting it, and then reassembling it with new parts where required. It took me a couple of years to find all the parts, but was able to find everything that I needed. It is totally rebuilt to spec, ready to hook up and pull. The mount turned out real nice. I was able to find new cast stationary mounting brackets for the hitch. Had those welded to a piece of 3/8 inch plate. That's a little heavy for what I'm set up to weld in my shop, so had that professionally welded. Then I bolted that system to this frame section that I built. Now, this frame section is a critical piece of the infrastructure in the back of the truck here. It bolts to the existing holes that were in the Diamond T frame, and this is an H model truck, so it has doubled up frame here in the back, so very strong right from the factory. This rear section incorporates the frame rails, the rear bumper, and the bumper pull setup into one piece, making it all integral and incredibly strong. It's nice that I was able to make it modular. I can easily unbolt this fifth wheel hitch. I could bolt on a gooseneck hitch if I ever wanted to. I could even bolt on a bed if I ever wanted to. So it's nice to have some flexibility with the truck in the future for whatever might come its way. Now, you might be asking, what am I gonna pull with this setup? And that's a good question. Maybe nothing. Right now, it's just, looks cool. It's really the character of the truck that I've wanted to create. But I do dream of building a custom lowboy setup, like a traditional lowboy with a detachable gooseneck or tongue. And it would be set up for hauling cars. I think that would be a really cool setup and really what I've had in my mind during this whole project. But I don't have a donor trailer. I don't have all those details planned out perfectly yet. So definitely stay tuned for that project. Would definitely be fun to keep an eye on that one if I get to it. While I was back here, I decided that I wanted to install a frame cover. Now, the back of the frame has a lot of interesting things in there. There's the battery box that I built, air tanks, the train horn. But over the past several months that I've been driving the truck, I decided it just doesn't look finished with all that open. So I fabricated a frame cover out of steel installed that, painted it up satin black to match everything else that I've built back here, and really happy with how it turned out. So I'll cue up some Detroit music for you, maybe some motion shots of the truck in action. But before we do that, I've got an idea for some fun. All right, so my father-in-law has this refrigerated van sitting behind me, not using it right now, and so we were talking about it last night and thought, how fun would it be to hook the old Diamond T up to that trailer? If nothing else, just for some pictures and video. Don't worry, I'm not gonna put it on the road. Don't lose your mind, just having some fun here. Now he pulls this with a very large Kenworth, and so to adapt it to my truck, I'm gonna lower the front of the trailer some with the jacks, and then probably raise the back of my truck up with the airbags. I'm gonna be very careful. We're not going for efficiency here. We're just gonna ease it under there, latch it up, and have some fun.